actually happening. We're finally flying.
After like 2 years of trying and it not working out for one reason or another, we are about to fly 34 hours from Aruba to New Delhi.
Starting with a lounge in the Aruba airport.
Do you have coffee?
Coffee? No, sure. Okay. Sandwiches were good in there, but there was no coffee.
Thank you. We haven't even taken off yet. Already sleeping. I have 5 hours to do it.
4 hours and 29 minutes flying time once we get the wheels up. That's just about on time. Looks like it's the flight attendants just came in from Newark. They said it was a little bit bumpy on arrival into Aruba, so I've asked them to stay seated for the first little bit of our flight till we find some smooth air. The whole point of that story is that whenever you do see that seatbelt sign on, please do pay attention to that. That is for your safety. Appreciate you coming along with us today. Hardest part of you getting back home is now done. Please just sit back, relax, enjoy our flight, and appreciate you flying with us.
We just landed in New York. It is currently 7:15. Our next flight boards in 15 minutes, so unfortunately no time for a lounge.
We have to go straight to gate C75. That was a good first flight. I finished the vlog, took a nap, read the skim, and now we're about to do it again.
For 8 more hours.
Okay, it's story time. We have been through a whirlwind of emotions in the last 5 minutes that my heart is still beating so fast, and now I'm just trying to breathe.
So we think we
You
show
okay?
up at our gate in plenty of time, and as soon as we get to our gate, over the announcements, they're saying if you're going to Delhi, you must have your visa printed out, which we do not.
It's on our phone.
Ours is on our phone, and we're like, where are we gonna find a printer inside of the airport?
So we're like freaking out. We go up to the front desk and we're like, where do we go print our visas? And she told us where to go. We went to this supervisor's office and we walk in and I'm like, where's the printer? And this man's just sitting at his desk and he's like, you can use my printer. Here you go. And just stood up and let me sit at his desk and logged into our email and we got him no problem. Yay!
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. We run back to the desk and we're like, here's our visas, who do we show them to? And the lady's like, the Delhi gate
Go to
right
your gate.
there.
You're at the wrong gate.
Turns out, we're flying to Madrid on the way to Delhi. Turns out the plane that's flying to Delhi, was, how do I say this?
Our gate was right next to the gate that's flying straight to Delhi.
So the announcement that we were hearing was from there. But now we haven't printed out. I'm sure at some point we would have had to do that.
But I thought we were gonna miss our flight. But it's gonna be okay. We're going to Madrid.
Maybe. Our flight is currently delayed due to technical difficulties, which is always what you want to hear when you're going over the Atlantic Ocean.
I heard them saying something about the engine mapping something.
Hey, we have TVs.
This is our home for the next 8 hours. Super fast plane review of the Boeing 767-300. Looks very nice and clean. Very new, modern screens. There is a USB plug. It's in several languages. Smells nice.
There's plugs.
There is. And there's outlets, which means I have to edit.
FAA regulations require you to follow the instructions of our crew members and comply with post.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to Madrid in the local time right now. It's 9:15 a.m. and we'll be taxiing for the next few minutes.
Headed to Madrid.
you.
Sorry.
It's cold here. It was a pretty good flight. It went by pretty fast, even though we only slept about 2 hours.
You slept for 2 hours, you did way better than I did.
Our bodies think it's about 3 in the morning, but it's actually 9 in the morning.
So I'm not sure why, but for some reason our bags weren't checked all the way to India, so we had to go out of security, grab our bags, check back into the airport, and find our lunch.
Quickly, hopefully.
Welcome to the Adolfo Suarez Madrid Barajas Airport. Help us to protect. Watch your back.
It is 8 hours later. Today has not gone at all as planned.
We were so positive getting off of our flight this morning at 9 o'clock after only having 2 hours of sleep. We had not processed the fact that we were leaving security, so we had to recheck our bags, and that our flight wasn't until 12 hours later, and we weren't going to be able to recheck in to the airport. So we've been stuck at the airport all day.
Outside of security for the past 8 hours in this like restaurant place with the rest of everybody in the airport. Also,
Tried everything.
apparently the Madrid airport doesn't have heat, which is why we're in our puffy jackets.
The one big highlight of the day was Nate went and got me coffee twice, and he got me lunch. My 2 favorite things in Spain, jamon and cheese croquetas.
It was almost worth it.
It really was.
That and the free Wi-Fi, that was a plus.
We got a vlog uploaded today, so it wasn't for nothing.
So I know a bunch of you are probably rolling your eyes right now because you're like, you could have gone out and explored Madrid. So I feel like we need to address that.
We've been to Madrid before. We had a ton of work to do. This was free.
It's freezing cold today.
It is finally time. It doesn't matter what time to watch this. It is finally time to go check in for our flight.
Also, I'm running on like 30 minutes of sleep in the last 28 hours. Have you ever been this excited to go to a lounge?
No, not ever. It's crazy to me that yesterday we were like dancing on the streets of Aruba and it was warm and I was in my bathing suit, and then today we froze in an airport lounge in the winter weather all day. Not in an airport lounge, in an airport table. So beautiful, spacious, and warm. This is so pretty. Look at all the food options and treats. This is so much better because we weren't allowed to come here all day. Yum. We're gonna take over this little corner for the next 2 hours.
Kara was a little too excited when we walked into the lounge, and they immediately recognized that we had a camera and told us there was no filming in the lounge, so sorry we couldn't show it. It was a really nice one though. We're going to India. Let's go.
And we're a tad bit late.
Yeah, as usual.
We left our Airbnb in Aruba 29 hours ago. This is crazy. I can't believe we're finally going to India. I already feel like I'm in India. The music, the colors. It totally worked. You know the drill. We booked the window and the aisle, and nobody booked the middle seat for 9 hours. We have this whole row to ourselves.
We're gonna try to get some sleep. See you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste.
One taxi, madam.
Welcome to India.
We just called an Uber. Ashish is coming to pick us up from the airport and take us to our hotel. He's calling me. Hi, Ashish? Yes? What? Hi, can you hear me? Uber, yes.
Going well.
Across from the, what is that, Mercedes? Across from the Mercedes ad on the wall. We are at our hotel now. We have showered, we've slept a lot, and we're in a lot better moods. The reason we kind of magically jumped from the taxi cab to our hotel is because Nate's phone died. So about 99% of the time, Nate uses this setup to film all of our vlogs.
But today I've been using this setup, which is the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 and my cell phone, which is the Google Pixel 2 XL. You can use any cell phone, that's just the one that I happen to have. But essentially this setup is just a smaller version than this big setup that we normally use. It's also a much cheaper version. So our normal setup costs about $2,500, while this, assuming that you have a cell phone with a camera on it, the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 only costs $130. So if you're looking for a good budget option to shoot some high quality videos, this might be for you.
Also, the battery life on this thing is 15 hours, and so for our entire 40-hour travel day, we never had to charge it.
And another thing that was nicer about traveling with this as opposed to our normal setup is that it folds down after you take the cell phone out. It's really small. You can just throw it down on the side of a backpack as opposed to this thing, which could pretty much have a seat of its own on the airplane. So all in all, I've had a lot of fun playing with this little gimbal over the past couple of days, and I've been really impressed with how well it works. It is just as smooth or smoother than the big one that we have on this camera.
So thank you DJI for sending it to us and for sponsoring this video. If you want to learn more about it, there will be a link in the description below.
Tomorrow, we're back to the big camera, and we're exploring India. Look how much my shoes match the carpet.